You know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it took.
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Did you notice an interesting thing that happened a few days ago when Parliament resumed and they were supposed to take a decision as to whether we have a majority or minority? There were NPP protesters in Parliament. Those who went to Parliament in NPP paraphernalia had not given any police, Mr. Dampare, Dr. Dampare and his people, they're not giving them any prior notice, no. None of them was picked up. None of them was picked up and not allowed to see their relatives and their lawyers. None of them was recommended to go into remand for 2 weeks. None of them. They all went to Parliament. They went to do what they wanted to, and they left. And it is in this same Ghana. So I'm telling you today to pay attention to some of the things that happen around you. And I remember when Oliver Bakavomawo, Felicity Nelson, Ni ICOUR and the rest, when they were picked up, people were making arguments on social media and in traditional media that, okay, they misbehave, let them deal with them. Those who went to the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana wearing NPP paraphernalia, branded shirts, etc. Did the police see them? There's a police station in Parliament. Did you know that? Did they see them? Did they pick them up? Pay attention. Now, I am so disappointed and hurt as a Ghanaian because we live in a country where it appears we don't have any leadership and control. We live in a country where it appears we have no leadership and control. Why am I saying this? I'm sure by now you are very familiar with the name Dr. Benedict Bonaventure Alabam. You are very much aware. There are layers of letters that have been written to him indicating that your time is due. Go on retirement. In fact, a request was put in to say we will give you a contract extension of 3 months. After the 3 months, which was supposed to have ended in March, he's still at post. Today, the ICOUR Union and the Farmers Federation, etc., they are going on, and as if that is not enough, they are going on, demonstration. And as if that's not enough, there are questions about somebody's land. I will show you the documents in a bit. And Dr. Alabam is writing memos and things to people after the chief of staff has written to him to say, don't hold yourself in that office again. 12th of September, chief of staff wrote from the office of the president with the emblem and the letterhead of the presidency. If maybe he has the president's nudes or something. But I don't know what could embolden anybody to disrespect state authority at the highest level, disrespect the minister for the region, disrespect the minister for Agric, disrespect the chief of staff from the office of the president, disrespect the human resource manager of the company. I don't know what else could embolden anybody to be doing that. And it hurts me because This is a senior citizen. When I started, people say, oh, you dislike the man, you don't like him, da 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 da. It is not that I don't like him, no. Yes, it is not that I don't like him. I'm saying that if somebody disrespects elected authority, let's read this letter together. This is the 7th of December, 2023. Letter of appointment, extension of contract service. I write on behalf of the board of directors or as the secretary to the board of the irrigation company Upper East Region, ICOUR Limited, to congratulate you on your appointment as the managing director of the irrigation, The board has reached a resolve to give you a 2-year contract of service to extend your mandate as the managing director of irrigation company ICOUR Limited per the company's constitution. When they had appeared before the House of Parliament, and he says, let's ask the board chairman, who is the regional minister. He said he has no contract extension. And Dr. Brian Echampon wrote a letter to him to say, we will not give you a contract extension beyond 3 months, which ends in March. Now, the board wishes to extend your mandate on the same contractual terms, I'm interested in the signature. The person who signed this letter is Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alabam's niece. She's a lawyer that he brought in. I showed her photo here some time ago. So you go and bring your family to come and endorse the illegality that is going on. There are other letters. Let's read them. And I'll tell you why the country is going the way it's going, because there's no control. Nobody is controlling anybody. If somebody writes from the office of the president with the permission of the president, and a single individual can say, I don't respect it. Hey. No, show me the other letters, please. This is a memorandum to all staff. It's dated the 18th of October 2024. It's from the managing director. This 18th of October, he was supposed to have gone home on the 12th of September when Nana Frema Oseo Pare wrote and said, don't hold yourself in that office again. He's still there, 18th of October. He says, reaffirmation of legitimacy of the managing director's position and warning against staff misconduct. Chief of staff has written to you from the office of the president. He is writing to warn his staff. The impudence that is being foisted on us on a daily basis. And he's not alone. There are many people in many state institutions doing the same thing. I know the president. He's my friend. I'm the president this, I'm the president that. People are misbehaving. It says, the subjection of the managing director of ICOUR, Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Bonaventure Alabam, to a continuous harassment and intimidation orchestrated by some staff is unacceptable. This harassment has manifested through acts of gross disrespect, insubordination, and the failure to perform assigned duties. A recent incident instigated by Zuga Augustine, and Zuga is, I think, the union secretary or so, and abetted by Sebastian Achibes on suspension. Somebody who's supposed to be on retirement has suspended somebody. He has not validated salaries for some people. I told you about the engineer who was put on suspension. That's his name there. Which included the misuse of the staff platform for defamatory statements and unauthorized posting of documents on office premises. That is his door. I showed you that his door, 4 documents, Brian Echampons letter, Fremont Paris letter, regional ministers letter, they put it on his door. At that time, he had come to Accra to be doing ways and means to be able to get in there. I say, Chief of Staff has written. Let's read. Now, it says, further exacerbate, okay, so, and Felicity Adongo's unwarranted celebration around the company premises based on a letter from the Chief of Staff, which has never been received by the MD. Further exacerbated the issue, resulting in significant embarrassment not only to Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alabam personally, but also to the office of the managing director, a position that will outlive his tenure. In light of these actions, it has become necessary to issue this formal notice to replicate that upon the retirement of Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alabam as Managing Director of the 7th December 2023, the Board of Directors of ICOUR, through a resolution in accordance with the company's constitution, appointed him for an additional 2 terms of, that's a lie, effective from the 8th of December 2023. Please refer to that. I don't want to even read this again. And he wrote it and signed it. And you ask yourself, show me the other letter where he was demanding for money and actually warning people. After the chief of staff said, he says the chief of staff's letter has not been served on him. The chief of staff says, show me the other letters. The chief of staff's letters have not been served on him. So because of that, I'm fine. The chief of staff of the Republic of Ghana. Can you convince me that we are being governed by people who are competent? Can you convince me? This is a clear example of incompetence celebrated to the highest levels, to the pinnacle, to the apogee. Let's read this one too. Notice of appointment by board. Oh, no, I don't want this one. Show me the handwritten one. He requested for money for personal issues. This same Dr. Alabam, his predecessor, he wrote a letter to him informing his predecessor that your time will be due at so and so time. When it's due, go home. The man didn't spend one more day. I showed you that letter here, and I have all the documents. Let's read this together. From MD, IOU, from MD to the director. It's dated the 12th of August, 2024. Mind you, his tenure had ended by March 2024. It says, please advance an amount of 7,700. I can't even see the figure. 750. I'm not a pharmacist, so I'm confused. 626 confused. Now, to enable sort out personal issues to be paid in due course. Signed by who? This is for personal issues. After a letter has been written to him to say, don't hold yourself in that office. Brian Achampo wrote that. Brian Achampo can't control an agency under him. He wants to give you assurance that he can control everybody in the country. Madam Fremont Pare cannot control Alabam, but he can control us. You are not being governed. You are being misruled. Show me the other letter. Today I brought the documents. I will show all the documents here. This is from the Farmer Services Manager. It's to the Farmer Services Manager from the Managing Director, 22nd October. Auntie Freeman's letter says by 12th of September, don't hold yourself in that office. It says handing over. Yes, it's this month. It says I hand over the responsibilities of MD to you as I proceeded on official travel to Accra, starting from the 23rd of October 2023 for an official duty. Yes, the man is in Accra as we speak. The man is... Yes, the man says, look, I'm handing over, even though I'm supposed to be on retirement, I still can't not go anywhere. I'm handing over to you while I go to Accra for official. Which official duty? Now it says you have a budget of between 10,000 Ghana cedis to spend on issues or activities in my absence. Any activities above the said amount should be consulted for approval. This is subject to review from time to time. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Bonaventure Alabam. Asemna Ekesi. Show me the other letter. Oh, Ghana. Is this our country? Is the chief of staff so powerless? Which means that the president and the vice president are also very powerless. I can't get it. If I had a private entity and the staff of Biden does this, he would be gone in 2 seconds. General Agricultural Workers Union, today they are going on strike. They'll be demonstrating. Members of the General Agricultural Workers Union of TUC GAU ICOUR chapter wish to embark on a peaceful protest over Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alabam's refusal to hand over as managing director of ICOUR after his retirement from the company at the age of 60 years on December 7, 2023. This protest has become necessary because the Human Resource Officer of ICOUR wrote to him in accordance with the company's policy to proceed on retirement after attaining the age of 60 years. The Minister for Agriculture has done same. The board chairman of ICOUR has directed him to hand over to the next senior officer and proceed on his compulsory retirement. And finally, the Chief of Staff, Office of the President, has now written to him directing that he ceased holding office immediately and hand over his official duties without delay. After all these letters have been ignored by Dr. Alabam, hence the need for the protest. At least Dr. Alabam should respect the laws of the company and the laws of Ghana, like all his predecessors did, and hand over with dignity. We therefore invite all interested members of the public, workers, farmers, etc., who share similar sentiments to participate actively. And ICOUR needs to move on, farmers need to move on, workers need to move on, productivity needs to be enhanced. Assembly points front of GAU office. And you know, the farmers had written that, look, we are tired of Dr. Alabam, let him go. There's another letter of 10,000. He was asking somebody that, I say you spend 10,000, you have spent more than 10,000. Let's read this one too. This is Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alabam. Put it up there. The staff number is there. Put it up there. Admin, address to him, find attached, blah, 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 blah. This is for fuel, right? How much? 4K, 4,000, right? After he is supposed to be on retirement. This is where I say the chopping is happening. There's another document. Pull it up for me. Read this one. Internal memorandum. All divisional heads, regional... No, this one is highways. We'll get to highways because there's fire. But there's a 10,000 notice. And you ask yourself, and this one I'm addressing the presidency directly, that is our presidency so powerless that when they give an instruction, the instruction will not be followed. When they give an instruction, the instruction will not be followed. The presidency. Dr. Mustafa Hamid, who is also a Muslim cleric, said the presidency, once upon a time, said the president has been so depraved. If you are looking for the meaning of the word depraved, look at the conduct of Dr. Alabam and look at what the conduct towards the presidency. And you know what depraved means. That the chief of staff has written. There's one more. There's a 10,000, thing. Where he was telling people, I gave you permission to spend 10,000. After he is supposed to be on retirement. I gave you permission to spend 10,000. You have spent more than 10,000. Let's read it. Let's read this one. Payment of traveling expenses as per the attached. This is in May 2024. The letter that Barney Champon wrote was for March 2024. Finish. 7,360 Ghana cedis. And I expect ICOUR to get involved in this and retrieve all the monies that have been spent after the official letters have... It's not just... The chief of staff's letter was a weak one. That's why the man doesn't respect it. It was a weak letter. When you come and you tell somebody that, look, I can't work with you anymore because you are due for retirement, go home. And the person says, I'm not going home. And the person is there and is chopping money that is not supposed to be chopping. You have to retrieve the money. The chief of staff's letter was silent on that. It was very silent on that. I have showed you at least 6 documents. If we can't find that 10,000, let's move on to highways. And you want me to be convinced that we have management of the country? We don't have. We are on autopilot. We are on autopilot. Go to highways for me. Now, the matter of highways, their situation is so interesting. A former chief executive who has finished his work, then Nana Addo's government goes and bring him back, and then they form an authority and they make him boss of the authority. When young people, you defending all the things happening, you don't have work to do. It is happening at the Ghana Highway Authority. A former chief executive who has finished his tenure, who has gotten his gratuity and everything, then they form an authority and they bring him back to be the head of that authority. Is that what you want an upgrade of? The upgrade of Alabam and the upgrade happening at the Roads and Highways Authority. Is that what you want an upgrade of? Show me the letter, please. And it's like the impunity is all over the place. Why? We are supposed to be a shining example to other African countries. We are supposed to be the beacon of hope. We are supposed to be the black star of Africa. We are supposed to be shining with excellence. Quintessential example. How did we drop so low? How? Show me. Put up the notices for me, please. This is dated the 6th of September 2024. From the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the Secretary to the President, Jubilee House. Dear MD Bediatu, now, recommendation for the appointment of the Deputy Director General Urban Roads for the National Roads Authority. We respectfully submit for your consideration the appointment of Engineer Benjamin Kusi Adoma as Deputy Director General Urban Roads as the newly established National Roads Authority. Engineer Benjamin Adoma is a highly accomplished roads engineer with a deep expertise in road construction and maintenance, as well as the general management and road infrastructure. He currently holds the position of Deputy Director of Maintenance and Operation at the Department of Urban Roads and has successfully supervised the implementation of numerous projects within the Department of Urban Roads, such as the School Junction and to Motorway project and asphaltic overlay of selected roads in Greater Accra. Throughout his career, he has held several leadership positions and consistently demonstrated outstanding performance and record bluffo. With 27 years of experience in managing the urban road network, along with proven leadership skills, he has requisite qualification, expertise, and extensive experience needed to support the Director General carrying out the authority's mandate. The curriculum vitae for Engineer Dada is signed by Francis Asencho Boachi, the minister. Show me the other one, please. Okay, this is the same letter. Let's go to the other one, the other letters. Now, the staff say they don't want the authority. Show me their placards first, and then we'll go to the last letter, and then we'll close. They say they disagree. We don't want any of such things. If you want peace to prevail, don't do what you want to do. Show me the placards, the banner. They say we don't want. And today there's going to be fire at the Highway Authority. Ministers are beginning to meet people, but the people also know what they want. Read this. It says, Red Band, protest against the implementation of the National Roads Authority, NRA Act 2024, Act 1118. It reminds me of when we decided that we were going to put together an LI to make sure that people mine in forest reserves. A similar thing. What do we need this new National Roads Authority for? What do we need it for? It's time to stand stronger together. The government, engage Ghana Highway Authority workers now. There's another one, show me. There's another banner. He says, Mr. President, sack the board chairman and the retired chief executive of the Ghana Highway Authority for peace to reign now. Ghana Metro is on strike. GSA is on strike. The people who hold the standards of the country are on strike. We want to add roads with all the potholes that we have, with all the street lights that are working, with all the traffic lights. We want to also compound the problem and add it to our Alabam's problem. Please show me the last letter. Let's read it and go away. And you ask yourself, now, the secretary to the president, Jubilee House, through the board chairman, Ghana Highway Authority head office, appointment as Deputy Director General Highways for the National Roads Authority. Acceptance letter. Letter number 101/1/24/1029 of September 17, 2024. On the above subject refers, please. I humbly acknowledge receipt of the subject letter from the office of the President appointing me as Deputy Director General of Highways for the National Roads Authority. I accept the offer with sincere thanks. I wish to assure His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, that I will continue to work with diligence, resourcefulness, and loyalty. Yours faithfully, Engineer Collins Boydu Donko, Chief Executive, Ghana Highway Authority. Assembly, if we know what is right and we do what is right, we will all be fine. Today I've brought you 2 state institutions. Tomorrow we will continue with the other letters from the Highway Authority. And we'll continue to ask the questions and continue to ask if we are on the right track or we have derailed. Now, the office of the president has been so depraved. And I've showed you evidence that Dr. Alabam has decided that president will say whatever he wants to say. Come off for there. I won't mind you. Have a good morning. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. That's 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. We'll go for a quick break and then we'll come to you for your calls here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I